Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my first gameplay video. Looks like our warship started off not doing too well there. But basically this video, I just wanted to go over the game. I wanted to go over my thoughts and first thoughts and impressions. I've played a few games by now. I've come to really like Goliath. I really like charging soldiers. Really like attacking people. But yeah, I'm gonna do my best to keep talking this whole time and not lose. And just get my thoughts on the game. First things first, if you don't know what's going on, essentially we're playing as giants. We got 3 lanes. This is a MOBA with a little bit of RTS elements. And as you can tell, there are different kinds of minions. We have normal looking minions right here that we can attack. But we also have these soldiers that we can control and charge and actually buff with our items and abilities. So some characters interact more with these minions than others. For example, I'm playing Goliath and he actually interacts with the minions a lot. His W will rally minions to him and his E will toss minions that are around him at enemies. So basically what I'm going to be doing today is going for a soldier focused build. What do they call them? Soldiers, yeah. So I'll go for a soldier focused build. I'll be charging soldiers at people, counter charging. You can, through items, if you look there, you can see that I have 10 out of 100 soldiers right now. You can increase the maximum, which obviously allows you to charge more soldiers. Ooh, that guy's almost dead there. Oh, and I killed him with the soldiers. In case you couldn't tell, these soldiers, when they charge, they latch onto the enemy giant, do some damage, and then die. But they can do some pretty significant damage, so you really have to be careful. Even as little as 10 soldiers can kill you if you're low. Which I should be taking my own advice right now. And backing. Obviously, there's items in the game, but also something else, in case you haven't noticed, is that I have this menu here that allows me to build things. And these buildings, some are static and some call in troops, but these buildings are built with a separate resource that you get from either special troops or camps that spawn around the map. And they allow you to put up some defensive emplacements. So trenches, obviously garrison units, and turrets shoot at the large minions and giants. They don't shoot at the small minions. So it's a little bit of rock, paper, scissors if... I need you all. So it's a little bit of rock, paper, scissors in that regard. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to buy the first recommended item. There are also these augments in the game that change your abilities. So right now I'm actually going to go for the projectiles augment, attach it to my E, and now instead of 2 projectiles I have 3, which means I throw even more minions and I have the chance to do more damage. So that's pretty much the gist of the game. It takes a bit of getting used to at the start, and I'll go over more of the characters as we see them. My lane partner right here, as you can see, it's also 4v4, which I forgot to mention, which is pretty insane. I don't know if we've ever really seen a 4v4 MOBA in this style, especially not for PC. I know there are some like mobile MOBAs, but yeah, this is aiming to be large scale, semi-competitive. It's just an alpha right now, but I think it has some good potential. So on my side we got warship right here. He's very much like Kog'Maw from League of Legends, with some defensive buffs. So he can place down this anchor and it slows, but he can also teleport to it. His W is just like Kog'Maw, where it extends his range and attack speed. And he's basically he's an auto attack carry. This guy here, this is Volunteer. He's also, ironically, his ult is very similar to Kog'Maw, but he is focused on artillery, so he has a lot of long range abilities. He's got explosives. He can explode himself too and launch himself across the map. And if you hit people into walls in this game with pretty much any ability that displaces, it'll stun. So he can get some good stuns there. He can even push his teammates. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call in some troops and then charge them. Okay, well, he escaped, but that's something you can do when you're ganking is you can bring your troops with you and use them to help gank. There's even a character in this called Mole. He's uglier than he sounds, and he actually houses troops inside of him, and that makes them invincible. It allows him to charge them when he wants from pretty much anywhere without them being in danger of dying on the way there, or at least while they're inside of him. But he is not in this game. So for now, I'm kind of just roaming around the map. I really don't know how laning is really supposed to go in this game. I'm kind of just showing it off. I know this isn't really optimal, or at least I know that much. But we're gonna try to get some kills here. Maybe do enough damage with the troops to kill him. Almost. Turrets do a lot of damage in this game. As you can see, we're getting counter ganked by Brother Light. And in case you
killed an enemy giant.
And in case you couldn't tell, he just converted all of my troops. His whole thing is that he can convert enemy troops when they charge, which is pretty darn strong, especially against me as Goliath, who wants to be charging his troops pretty often, which means I have to rely more on... I might be dead here. Okay, that's my ult, which means I have to rely more on my other abilities. Luckily there we didn't die to the troops, and we actually almost killed him. My ult summons troops on me and my allies, and makes me immune to troops. Oh, I might be able to kill him here. Almost, not quite. Basically just makes me immune to their troops and summons troops on me as a bit of reinforcements. It has a relatively low cooldown, so you kind of just want to spam it every fight. It's good for pushing, good for defending, pretty all-purpose, but you have to be smart with it because it does take 1.5 seconds to actually charge up. So it's pretty easy to get bursted down and die. You don't really want to use it like if you're already being attacked or mid-fight. It's pretty much just a death sentence unless you have the right items. Beside that, someone's pinging. And yeah, we'll just go about this game. We'll try to defend this tower here. They're actually doing a lot of damage. Normally it takes quite a bit to take turrets down, but yeah, they were doing a lot of damage there. And of course he converted my troops. I'm gonna charge again because he doesn't have his conversion up yet on cooldown, or off cooldown rather, and that forces him to counter charge basically or take a ton of damage. And the way turrets work in this game is that they don't actually target these troops, so as long as the small troops aren't being killed, they will sort of grapple onto the tower and make it vulnerable. So normally you can't just attack the tower if there aren't troops there, which is pretty standard in MOBAs. Like, most MOBAs allow you to attack the towers, but you don't really do damage if the minions aren't there. You can also see that I got charged through these buildings, so these are also like small little gank spots that only troops can be charged through. The troops will also grapple onto you, so after they're done charging, if they don't actually hit you, they'll grapple you and try to restrain you, slow your movement speed, and there are items to counteract that as well. And so the things that the towers actually target are these groups with health bars. These are like the normal minions, if you will. And that was actually good by him. And so that's why you want to have a good mix of bunkers and trenches. Well, I don't know what was going on there. So again, I'm being attacked again. And so that's kind of the push and pull of the game, is getting your troops well enough defended to attack the tower, having things gank for you. You can also see that I can place down this tank here. It costs 10 supply, or whatever it is. And those are very vulnerable on the way to the tower, but when they get to the tower, they'll take a sort of defensive stance and become very tanky, which is generally what you want to use to make pushes on the tower. So I'm gonna ult here and see if I can just get like a nice pick. And okay, so he countered my charge. It's very unfortunate. This ghost guy, he can make himself immune to soldiers for a few seconds. That's his E. So that kind of counters me too, but we'll see if we can do something about it. I might just have to poke as much as I can. I'm also out of mana, or energy, I think it's called. So I'll have to go back. It's very easy. There's not a ton of mana regen in this game. There are some pretty good mana items, but there are only like 2. So you have to be pretty smart with it, but it doesn't take too long to get back to base, so it's not too bad. So here we're gonna go for, I think, area of effect on the war cry. I like going on the E sometimes so I can just hit people better, but I think the area of effect is already pretty big. And a lot of the damage that comes from the E is actually from when the soldiers charge out of the little crawly tram buses, whatever he throws, the capsules. And so that's where a lot of the damage comes from, and that's what you're kind of hoping for when you throw it. So I'm going to see if I can actually pull something like that on this guy. See, he's intimidating, which means that he can't be attacked by the soldiers, which means I kind of just have to let him go. But now we can take out these turrets because they only have limited range. And actually, if he's not careful here, I could just kill him. Ooh, not quite. Barely. Well, that's unlucky, but I'm just going to rotate up mid and do some last hitting. I'm a little bit behind in gold, or whatever, valor, I think it is. Something like that. But it's not too bad. You can also shoot on the ground, attack on the ground. This works for melee and range characters. This is how you take out the small troops. And what we see here is actually an upgrade point. It's called a depot, which allows you to buy upgrades or buy items outside of the base. It's really expensive though, and I honestly haven't found an incredibly good use for it, because I find often that you get situations like this where you have the depot and obviously it costs 70 resource, which means that you can't buy any bunkers or trenches. Now, I can see why you might want to get it mid, but it is very easy for 2 people to break through only one person's worth of defenses. So from what I've seen, it's kind of hard to justify buying it, but maybe I'm just not competitive enough. This girl, Forge, I think her name is, Blacksmith, her ult makes her invulnerable. So her and her allies can't take damage within her ult. Pretty darn strong, but you can destroy the ult, so it potentially can just die instantly. Generally, that doesn't happen though. It's fairly tanky. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna E, I'm gonna ult, I'm gonna charge my troops and hope that they can get some damage off on him if Brother Light doesn't have his. Yep. So Brother Light didn't have his convert up, or maybe he was out of mana or something I didn't see. So I got my soldiers to charge, and my little gambit worked out there. This guy doesn't back. I might be able to kill him. Let's see. So I'll rally some soldiers, and I'll just E here, and then I'll charge them toward him. And it looks like I'm going to be able to kill him too. That's pretty awesome. So that's why I like this character a lot. But if the enemy ghost player, what's his name, Reaper, if he was a bit smarter, he could have actually countered that by just attacking on the ground. Especially for melee characters, they have a lot of AoE on their melee attacks. So that probably could have prevented enough damage to not die, but maybe not. Well, you know, it's kind of up in the air. Game just came out. We're not very good on these specifics. I shouldn't have done that, but I also have my W, which slows enemy charges. Looks like it wasn't enough though, and I think I'm just gonna die here. Yeah, that was kind of dumb of me. I should have just dodged. I think I was too focused on talking. But we're going to buy some more upgrades. Right here you can see I have Empowering Rally Dynamo and Inspired Ally. This gives me extra soldiers, and for every 100 soldiers that assault an enemy giant attack, I get an extra rally up to 40. So basically I'm going to increase my maximum rally, I don't know if you can see it here, by 40 eventually. And I also have Inspired Rally, which essentially just rallies more troops in a wider radius. And that's going to be giving me an extra 45 rallied soldiers. So you can only get up to... Okay, we might lose our tower here. Oh, not quite. Yeah, looks like it's going to go down. I don't know where our... What was their name? Blacksmith went. I keep wanting to say Vulcan. I've been playing a lot of Smite recently. I guess Victoria... No, I don't know. I guess they're just all top. That's fine. Probably should have been paying more attention. Me, that is. But yeah, I think I have a decent chance against this guy. It's kind of a tough lane for me because he can be pretty tanky or he can do a lot of damage. And if he uses his intimidating well, then he can really put on the hurt. Okay. So that did a lot of damage to me, but he doesn't really have any mana, so I'm just gonna charge my soldiers in and see if I can do enough damage to him. And yeah, looks like I'm gonna be able to. Now that might look really cheap at first. I was kind of thinking the same thing when I first started playing this game, but that kind of play is pretty easy to counter if you know what you're doing. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Now I'm gonna take this tower. You can see I spawned some tanks in. They close when they get close to the tower and open up when they have to move fast. And that just makes them way more tanky. I have to charge these guys into here. And this is, what's his name again? Crag. Crag is very, very tanky. He's got amazing CC on his ult. He's got a slow, and I'm dead. I needed to stop. I need to focus more on the game. But he's got a slow, and he just generally has a lot of CC. He gets even more protect. There's his ult. But he gets even more protections when he's near his towers or buildings. I think even buildings work. So, you know, he doesn't do too much damage, but we were kind of dead there anyway. So now I'm going to buy momentum and probably range. I'm going to get range on my Q. I don't think... So momentum gives me out of combat movement speed, as well as a small boost to my base movement speed. And then really what's important is... my Q, which I forgot to mention, increases damage dealt by 25% to the marked target. So I target someone, they take more damage. It's really good to pair with... I'm going to wait till I get 1500 here for the next level of ability or items. But basically, I target them with my Q, I charge them in, and the minions just destroy them. So I'm going to go with healing energy. That's going to give me some sustain. Basically, when I spend energy, I get healing. Pretty good. And looks like we're assaulting top, but we might lose mid. I'm gonna ult here. So it spawns minions on my teammate. You can see they're attacking him. And he's gonna die. And it spawns minions on me, so I'm gonna keep pushing through here. Hopefully we can get something on him. Get these guys to charge in him. And that might be a kill. Not quite. Unfortunate, but we did get Crag, and we'll take out this minion camp. These minions give these supplies. Yeah, supplies is what they're called. So it gives 5 per kill, which is enough to get, you know, a troop call in or build some more trenches. Oh, looks like Brother Light is here too. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill him, but that's fine. Another reason you want to go for, at least have some troop related items for Goliath, is his passive, which increases his damage dealt on his next auto attack by 50%. That's a 10-second cooldown, but for every troop you rally, it lowers the cooldown by, I think it's unspecified. I'll have to check. So I almost got stunned out of my ult. I was actually going to ult there. Brother Light just ulted out of Goliath, or Warship's ult, and survived. Died anyway.
bad.
Not too bad. So we're going to take this tower. They explode when they die. I think you can actually shoot them before they explode and stop it. I'm not really sure exactly how that mechanic works. And so once we get to the tier 2 towers, in order to win, you have to destroy 2 of these. And when you destroy one, your lane of minions is diverted into the closest lane. In the case of mid, it diverts equally into both lanes. And the enemy team, most importantly, loses their minions from that lane. And then the tier 2 have this 50% health shield that we can permanently take out by killing this. And so this guy Volunteer is going to try to take us out, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to ult just to give us some extra minions and hopefully do enough damage to Reaper there. Yeah, it looks like those minions did a ton of damage to him, and I'm going to try to take out Volunteer here. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm actually going to call in more minions. And they can shoot these blimps as they come in, so you have to be careful about that for sure. I'm gonna get killed by the minions. That's unfortunate because we were missing one of our teammates, but it's not a big deal. We got the shield generator, which is most important. These towers are pretty much unkillable without destroying the shield generator. You can do it, especially if you're in a pinch and the whole team is dead, and it's like you know, you can just go for it, like, yeah, but they have a ton of health, like a ton of health, and the shield pretty much regenerates instantly out of combat, and it doesn't have a limit, so it's not like it recharges slowly up to a certain amount. Nope, it goes right back up to 100%, which is why you're very much incentivized to take out that shield generator. So here we go. We're going to buy this because it gives us energy. So this is one of the only few energy restoration items. It might be the only one actually. And it basically, I think it's one of 2 actually, and it restores energy equal to 10% of the damage you deal from abilities. No, that's the other one. Sorry. 10% of damage taken. So basically it's kind of a positive feedback loop.
Did you see that? We killed an enemy giant.
Where I take damage and I restore mana, and I deal damage and use mana, but I heal. And it's pretty much... I don't really have anything I can do against this guy, but I can make him weaker. And he just died instantly. I guess he was on low health. I wasn't really paying attention. Crag, we're just not going to be able to kill, but I'm going to ult here in anticipation of the enemies kind of trying to do something here, which I was right. It didn't do too much, but it did stop that whole charge from Volunteer, which could have put some hurt on me. And Victoria has a stun like that, very strong. She got the kill, but she died. Luckily, I was able to capitalize off that and confirm the kill. But we're not in a great spot here. We have 2 people dead, so we're just gonna have to defend. I'm gonna fix this trench. Also, you can see that once you've built something, you can't, and it gets destroyed, you can't build there again. So you have to be smart about where you build things, and that really just adds another layer of sort of finality to everything that dies, right? Like eventually you're not going to be able to put up enough defenses because you're just going to run out of space. And I'm going to ult here. Hopefully we can get something going. I'm hoping to be able to kill Volunteer here. Looks like I missed my charge, but yeah, that I should have predicted that he would kind of go forward. Warship tries to get the ult snipe there, but he doesn't. I'm gonna counter charge here, and yeah, we might be able to kill Crag here if he's not careful. I'm gonna rally more soldiers. I'm gonna shoot him. Nice. Okay, yeah, he just melted. So you can see if you're not careful, the soldiers can really put on some hurt. I'm gonna dodge that, and I'm gonna save my supplies right now. I don't really need to use them. I think I want to actually build up our defenses on this tower a little bit if I make it there in time. I want to put on some pressure on this tower first. I'm going to charge just so these guys can't get to me. It also heals a little bit per per soldier rallied, and it heals me and allies, which is very nice. Oh, so I don't know where I'm walking right here, but I might actually might be able to snipe volunteer here if he's not. Yeah, he's not being very smart. Yeah. So that was a little cheeky play. I'm gonna run away because Crag is here, but I'm gonna slow. I think I might be dead. Yeah, Brother Light stuns me and Crag stuns me and I get killed. So that was kind of dumb of me. I was kind of greedy, but it's whatever. I don't think I want to go for Ultimate Accelerator right now. I haven't really needed it. My ult's been pretty useful, but I don't want to rely on it too much because of Brother Light, because of Reaper. They just kind of hard counter it. So I'll actually...
Looks like the mine's tapped out.
I'll go for Living on the Edge because it gives me good cooldown speed, and then I'll actually go for a more auto attack damage. I'm not sure exactly what I want to go for. That's his ult. He summons Spectral Warriors like Aragorn in Return of the King, and they, you know, they can't die. They just charge and kill everything. So it's pretty cool. It doesn't really do enough damage to one-shot someone or anything like that, but it does provide some nice utility. You can clear out enemy soldiers for free. You can get some nice AoE damage, and I think my ult is global. I'm gonna try it right now and see. Yeah, so it's global. And that'll give my team some nice utility. I'll heal her there. Charge onto Crag, he's weakened, and we just turn the whole fight around there. They probably could have done it without me, but Victoria is pretty strong, but I just wanted to provide some more security. See, I have a lot of building materials now. Well, this isn't Fortnite. It's not building materials, but you know what I mean. Supplies. So we're just gonna siege this tower. As long as these tanks are up and we're not attacking enemies, enemy giants, the tower won't attack us. And he's gonna die here. Maybe? Oh, I don't have any soldiers. Well, if I had any soldiers, he would have died there. That wasn't very smart. And you know what? I might just see if I can charge him now with this.
Do you copy?
Not quite, but we're gonna take the tower. That's fine. And see, all these supplies now that they used on this are kind of useless. They might have been able to defend better if they just didn't spend money on it. And see, yeah, anything that's exploding, you can kind of... Okay, so I'm gonna protect her by stopping the charge or slowing it down, and then take out the soldiers with my E. Sorry, I was far away from the microphone there. And yeah, we're just gonna keep chugging along here. I might... So Siege Dozer, that I didn't explain that. That is an optional objective, or a sort of side objective, like Dragon, or not quite Baron. There is like sort of like a Baron effect in this game. And so we got these soldiers attacking our base here. This thing will regen pretty quickly, and this Crag wasn't being super smart about it because the soldiers, I guess he was just trying to annoy us. So I'm gonna put up some protection here and just kind of funnel these here, just so enemy giants can't as easily get through. And something else that's interesting is another reason why you want to destroy this is any buildings that you build behind it. See this line, it goes full map. Get that same shield. So it's not 50% health shield. I misspoke earlier. It is a 100% health shield. So it doubles the health. Again, that makes some of these things like virtually unkillable. I doubt this will really do much in the grand scheme of things, but it will slow them down in case they're trying to just rush through. Okay, so I was not paying attention while I was yapping that whole time. Gotta look at my map more. They just took out the North Bastion, and if you look at the bottom right at the map, our whole lane is being diverted. You can see all the minions flowing into the mid lane, which is really, really good for us. It does mean for them, though, that they know to devote most of their resources to mid. And so, like, ideally, you want to take out mid first. At least in my experience, you want to take out the mid tower first, because then it splits the pressure. into 2 places, which generally I find to be more of a death sentence than this. But I don't think I've played any comeback games anyway. Generally, once you take out one, the game's over. But then again, I haven't really lost any games so far. There is like a limited PvP time. For a while, it was started at 8 p.m. for me. Excuse me, but today it came out at 1, so I'm trying to play a bit more and get a feel for the game. Okay, this is a good team fight for us, actually. Crag is gonna die here. He's tanky, but those soldiers do a lot. If I were him, I don't know, I need to look at his build, but I would definitely invest in like anti-soldier defenses. It doesn't seem like he has any. Yeah, so I'll go over like some more of the items. There are a lot of items that reduce the damage you take from soldiers, that give you regen based on how many soldiers are attacking you, things like that. And even items that let you trample over soldiers when you walk on them, which will just instantly kill them. So yeah, we're gonna soul this tower, and honestly, it seems like we might win here. I'm gonna ult because we almost lost all our minions there, and Warship is just gonna tear this thing apart, and we won. Wow. Okay, good game. So I think I pretty much covered everything. I think that's a pretty good like first introduction to the game. Yeah, let me know if I missed anything. And this is just like a rough, pretty much uncut video that I just wanted to go over the game, see what people's thoughts were. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely, like, because it's alpha, there are a lot of things they can improve on, but I think it's pretty solid. I haven't seen a ton of coverage on it. I've seen a few people like Winter, or a few people cover it, but really not many. Just let me know what you guys think, and like the video if you liked it, don't if you don't, and I'll see you in the next one, and consider subscribing. I'd like that. See ya.